Rodger Cook. Rodger Cook is the co-chairman of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, and I want to salute him and Carl Officer for standing up and starting that organization. But he's also our candidate, the people's candidate for St. Clair County board chairman. And Rodger, they tell me that you took some of your time from campaigning, which I think is very admirable, to go to Washington to talk about some of the problems we're having with the airport and other situations in St. Clair County. Was it a productive trip?
It was absolutely a fabulous trip, Bob. As you know, and let me start by thanking you on behalf of the people of St. Clair County. Without you and without the voice that you give me and Carl and other people that come in here, we wouldn't be in the position to bring government back to the people. And it's the voice that you give us on the radio to be transparent and reach out to the people. So I thank you for everybody in St. Clair County, because this is possible because of the voice of this radio station. As you know, back in 1993, Department of Justice stopped in my office unannounced and told me that they're going to bankrupt the city of Belleville because of racial discrimination against African Americans and white females. I was shocked, but make a long story short, a month later, I flew to Washington, D.C. without an appointment, and I met with Carol Mosley Brown, our senator, Paul Simon, our senator. I met with Jerry Costello, then met with Jerry Costello in the White House, where we talked to Attorney General Reno, and I also met President Bill Clinton. Government works if you have people elected that go and represent what's best for we the people. I know how to make contacts in Washington, D.C. I have them. I made contacts, went up there, and shared some of the issues facing St. Clair County. And incredibly, it's amazing how much they knew, Bob. It was especially about
they're watching.
Mid-America Airport. I shared with them the Fleecing of America videos, how we've lost money since 1997, millions and millions of dollars. I asked a simple question: could we improve our national security if Scott Air Force Base had control of that airport? Is this something that could be done? Of course, we're honest. They said politically right now, you can't do anything. What you're wise to do is set up meetings, have them ready to go once you're elected on November 8th, and you can start the process rolling right off the bat. Yeah. And that's what my goal was going up there. We also talked about the Metro East Levee District, where the county passed on the $42 or $52 million to improve the levee down there, because Mark Kern and Alan Dunstan, the chairman of Madison County, would not enter into an intergovernmental agreement that put the Army Corps of Engineers to be the overseer of the project and involved in the bidding process. So the people that are paying money to the Metro East Levee District, now they got to come up with that 42 or 52, just because they wanted to keep control here in St. Clair County of how they use that money.
You know, Rodger, and I'm glad you brought that point up. I see these very, very bad ads with Mark Sweetcakes Kern, and I want to tell the rest of the Democratic organization up there in Belleville, Mark Kern's not concerned about anybody but Mark Kern. You can see that in the $400,000 or $500,000 worth of ads. But this man sits there and slaps us all in the face and said he saved 50,000 jobs because of the levee district. The Mid-America Airport is doing good. Mark Sweetcakes Kern, do you think we're complete idiots? But Rodger, these ads, I think they're counterproductive, because I think all it's doing is reminding the people what a bad job he's done. If I would have been Kern, well, number one, if I'd have been Kern, I would have done my job. But if I hadn't done it in 12 years, I wouldn't have ran. But if I was going to run, I'd just been low-key. Mark Kern is slapping us all in the face with the lies, all the lies that he's putting out in these advertising.
I haven't seen any of the advertising, but the one that sticks out in my mind that somebody told me about is that he saved 50,000 jobs. Well, you know what he's talking about? He's talking about by not taking the $42 or $52 million from the federal government out of the President Obama's budget, that it was a grant to help improve and take care of the levees. By not taking that, he saved 50,000 jobs. Yeah. How in the heck is that possible? Yeah. Just like when he said the other day on the radio when we were out at Mid-America Airport, he simply said that the airport hasn't cost the taxpayers anything. Who has lost all the millions in dollars? Did he pay for it? No, we, the taxpayers. We are getting taxed out of St. Clair County. I get calls when I knock on doors, that's the number one concern. We are the highest taxed county in the state of Illinois.
This trip to Washington, D.C., you talked to me about it yesterday, a little bit of confidence, some things we can't talk about on the air, but it opened my eyes, and I think once you're elected, you're going to open the eyes of a lot of people in St. Clair County, and I wonder, and I know why they're fighting so hard to beat you, because once you get in that county office, once you open up those real books, once you expose these guys, there may be a lot of people visiting Rod Blagojevich in jail, don't you think?
That'd be Blagojevich.
Well, whatever, but go ahead.
Let me just say this, Bob. There's unbelievable information that we're not going to have time to talk about today. And the people that I spoke with, I've talked to career people that say how political things are today in government and up on the federal level. But they told me that there's amazing things that can happen, and what you need to be, you're doing the right thing right now. You're setting the stage. Day one, when I'm elected, I have these contacts up there. We'll be ready to go, and we'll be able to represent the people, the best interests of the people of St. Clair County. And one person said, and he's got some incredible background. He said that there's things going on up in Washington, D.C., and down in St. Clair County that people are following very, very closely. And you're going to be able to have access to things that you may not have. I think you have the ability to do now because of the politics and everything. But you come up here and share this story, share this stuff, and you can improve life down in St. Clair County for the people on these issues. Some things I can't share, as you well know.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll be ready day one, and we'll be addressing the Metro East Levee District. We'll be addressing Mid-America Airport, of course. And then the NGA thing, one person said up there's a big issue with the NGA. They got contamination in the ground. We all know that. But a new one that they told me up there, that there's Native American artifacts up there, and they're going to have to, by federal law, go through, and it's going to take forever, and it's going to be expensive, and that's going to be a negative.